trophies are born out from schools ascending to new heights at the same time and finding the other guy standing in the way of their ultimate goal. It's time to find out who's going to get run over this time. Welcome everyone to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on another team from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started.
Late 90s, Danny Werfel going up against Peyton Manning. We played the Vols, and we had games that were won in overtime. We had games that went...
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread, don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches, so he really can't.
Ready to go from inside the 10. Quick strike complete. Touchdown, Gators! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
After making a good gain on that one. Dropping back, it's Lagway. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Florida. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
It gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Going for 6. Touchdown, Gators! Quick strike through the air for the score. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just shine.
So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammer. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one.
Getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. Touchdown, Gators! And the route is on. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how...
Having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival.
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see a team sitting in the top 5 of the conference standings, the Ohio State Buckeyes. As we'll line it up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Golden Gophers!
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
And long. Back to throw, it's Hoover. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Turns it on down the left side. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back.
Offside, defense.
Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdowns. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Looking left. Fires the pass, intercepted. Looking for more room. He's at the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Minnesota!
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Got his man quickly. Oh, he got loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you...
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he's gonna take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! They'll try to tie it up with the 2 late. Wide receiver going in motion. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. He's nutting. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
Well, the offense and special teams did their job right here late in the 4th quarter. They put themselves now in position to win this game. It all comes down.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's got it down the left. Now they're in business in plus territory. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Rushes on him. A spectacular one-hand grab. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it.
Motion from the wideout. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Really good execution by this offense late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up, it's what you dream about, but now my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
Everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He wants a big play here late. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they've put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the park each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome everyone to the home of the Golden Bears in Berkeley in California Memorial Stadium. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the USC Trojans, facing off with another team from the Pac-12, the California Golden Bears. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got his man in the middle. Touchdown USC! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical.
Play.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And it's caught! Touchdown, Cal!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to
head it back onto the field. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense.
There he goes. Got enough space. Touchdown, Golden Bears. And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
1st down without getting it into the end zone. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Trojans. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. A 5-point game here, getting very late, and the offense will stay on the field on 4th down. Got the quick pass. Stopped short of the mark. Bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Unloads to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That will put the wrap on things from here for David. Welcome, everyone, to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Indiana Hoosiers. Fine. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback on the keeper. Got some room into the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Touchdown, Indiana! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. And we're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your...
They are in business, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Touchdown, Indiana! Fit it in the window for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave.
After that last one, they're staring at a second and long first down marker just short of the goal line. Got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Hoosiers! The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my...
Will take a knee. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Stanford Cardinals, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis. David, remove the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And that's fumbles in consecutive weeks. Coaches don't like that. They start to, you know what happens is the trust factor goes out the window. I don't want to run you as much because I can't trust you as much, especially in big spots. Got to hold on to that football.
They love to pick up this first and goal. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback.
Pass defense, it brings up a 4th down. And the field goal unit is on the field. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up their touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum, not much time left in this first.
To the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. I'm not sure he made it out of the end zone, and it is a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they did. Protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Wow, what a play. We're going to need to see that again to make sure he makes this catch and gets the foot in bounds. That was a great acrobatic play, understanding where you're at on the field to make that big catch.
Gets the back moving. More to the air. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Ducks! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That's caught. It's Perry. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Makes the grab plenty certain at this point in the game. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Age for this big down. Enormous play coming right here. 3rd down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. What a disappointment. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
Well, that last missed field goal is essentially a microcosm of the year it's been for this football team. Things just not going the right way on offense, on defense, and on special teams. Guys, it's just been that kind of year.
And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. In the postgame, if you start asking about the offensive struggles, the coach is probably going to say, let me tell you something, Mr. Television Announcer. They don't ask me how I won. They ask me if I won.
That is all that matters, Mr. Television Announcer, but I think you'd want to play better on offense. You'd want to score more points, but Reese, Jesse, I want to learn as I win. I don't want to learn as I lose.
And I know you're loving this one, David, because in today's era of modern college football, with all these spread offenses and up-tempo...
Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the Syracuse Orange, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Almost had the touchdown pass on that one. He'll keep it on the sneak. Sneaks into the end zone.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
My philosophy on going for two is only when you have to. They'll move the wide receiver. On the ground. He's into the end zone for the two and extends the lead. Back to throw, it's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the beatdown has ensued. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still...
And still making the play. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, over the 12th man, and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Houston Cougars, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And now the ball is free in the end zone. And looks as if the offense was able to get back on top of the football. And yes, it could have been worse, but as it is, it's a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
It's just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Second down, he'll throw it. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And just like that, the game is completely changed, right? The defense comes away with a huge turnover, and the offense able to cash it in, capitalize by scoring a touchdown. So they've now got the lead. Not a lot of time left, but it feels like all the momentum is now.
Fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. Final minute of play. We are deadlocked. Guys, what a finish we're experiencing. Now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pulls it in on the left. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. It's caught, and they decide to trot out the kicker. Splits the uprights, it's good. That was a spontaneous combustion of a celebration on the sidelines, and wait to see what happens if they can hold on for a few more seconds. Much to be found as he stopped at the 18. It's French. Here's a throw downfield late. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memory.
I agree, Reese. I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played late.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last play.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us for Dave. Along the border of the mighty Mississippi, a couple of states tied together through history and a couple of schools that share some common ground are going to lock horns once again in the battle for the Golden Boot. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
LSU made an example of Arkansas the last time they played. We talked to a lot of LSU fans, and they said, we think about Alabama.
Going for a big play right off the bat. He's got it down the left. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU!
Forget establishing the run game. Go up top right now, play one. Be aggressive. You told everybody all week, we're going to come out, we're going to be aggressive, and they are. They take the shot, they get rewarded. One play, one touchdown. What a start.
Yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Tigers! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's...
They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Wide open downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively.
5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. They'll run it on first and goal. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the pummeling has started. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB...
And is picked off. There is joy all across the bayou as LSU takes down Arkansas in the battle for the Golden Boot. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure, and that is ratcheted up when you go on the road, and this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the bootleg and rolling out. He's got an open man. He's loose. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Number 12.
When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
From the 1. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way.
Move methodically down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the stomping has commenced. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving any.
What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma, home to the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis, and on 2nd and goal. Barges ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Wave.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here comes the heat. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Green Wave. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Here late in the first half. He'll do it himself. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tulane.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. On the snap, it's Hawkins. Give him 6. Touchdown, Green Wave. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Man, back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Turner. Touchdown, Green Wave. And the route is on. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that we're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. There are no secrets in conference play. They know you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, so they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on first down. Touchdown, Tigers!
Number 12, with the grab and the score.
Mark it at the 6. Clemson will come to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Back's got it. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Grab near the sticks, it's Cole. And long. Wants to throw it. Makes the grab, it's Pringle. They make the tackle. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really...
Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference. A little chunk is needed to pay it off. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown Tide!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
Up against the wall. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
But you got to keep...
And he's still running after the move. 10. Touchdown, Bama! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown...
For the touchdown here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man in the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown. Back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
Oh, he's got some space. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Tide! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not, and that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with...
This is a high-stakes collision, a game late in the year featuring 2 teams ranked in the top 25, each looking to make a move up and strengthen their playoff case. Welcome to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Michigan Wolverines. 3A Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get this thing going.
A run like this on the ground keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Spartans. And Kirk, how important is that to get off to a positive start, to draw first blood in a rivalry game like this?
Well, Chris, as you know, in a rivalry game, there's so much emotion. So to be able to put a touchdown on the board first just sets the tone for a big day.
The 1st and goal. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State.
Chris, I know the back's going to get a lot of attention for this touchdown, but I was focused on the offensive line. You had 5 guys working as one. Great communication, able to get up to that second level and open things up nicely to allow the back into the end zone.
And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. Defense got a big 4th down stop in the last possession. Let's see what happens here. Breaks loose at the 40. And he busts loose right down the middle. It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
And I love to watch the execution of this option play. Right now, the defense has no idea if this quarterback's going to pull it or if he's going to give it. Here he pulls it himself, finds yards, and comes up with a touchdown.
The 3. Now it's 3rd and goal. It's an option look. Pitch play to the back. And he fights in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Man, that is a great example of the option. Pitch it out perfectly. They completely caught the defense off balance down near the goal line, and it translates into a touchdown.
Group a bit. Trying to muscle it across the line. And he busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Sparty.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Michigan! Out on the field. On 1st down, it's play action. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, they come out of that nickel package, and the move pays off, gives them that extra defensive back on the field, a little bit more speed and awareness, and it pays off with this big interception.
Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Running out of time in the pocket. The defense scoops it up. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. They get him down after a short return, but a turnover created by this defense. Big moment.
That is the last thing this offense wanted to see. They're holding on to a slim lead, and they fumble it away with plenty of time for a
goal line on 4th down, hoping to keep this drive going. Maybe the last shot here. Looking deep for late-game heroics. Finds this receiver. That's enough for the 1st down. Touchdown, Spartans! And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
That is just an outstanding job by this quarterback. With the game on the line, he finds the matchup with his go-to receiver, makes a perfect throw here to the receiver, and they score late to take the lead.
Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. Gonna run it. It's Marshall. Trucks through the defender. Picks up about 5 yards, but it's not enough. Here comes a 4th down now. And the Wolverines will come to the line on 4th down, looking to keep the drive going. It's complete. That's enough for a 1st down running. They got to get set quickly. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Fires it to the wideout. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Tackle is finally made down at the 11-yard line. And the player is down, injured. 1st and 10 now. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Michigan. They jump on top here in the final minute.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the 4th quarter, to give them the lead.
Out of the hurry here for this 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's running out of time here. Trying to use his legs to make the 1st down. Couldn't get there. And now it's a 4th down call. Oh, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.